This is the first time we've had a chance to talk to you for this season. So can you kind of give us your thoughts on the team so far through non-conference play and now your first few games of Sun Belt Conference games?
Well, my thoughts are that, we lost 5 seniors last year, 5 good players, 2 all-conference players, leading scorer in the league, and only 2 returning players that played any significant minutes last year. Nick Coppola, our point guard, who's been our starting point guard for 3 years prior, and then Travis Munnings, who ended up coming off the bench for us. And so those were the only 2 guys with any significant playing time. And then, a bunch of new guys that we brought in or were in our program. And so very inexperienced team coming into this season. And it's really proven out to be true for us through the non-conference, through the first 5 games in league play. We've played hard. We've played well at times. 5 conference games, 4 of them close losses. Had a chance in all 4 of those games, but really been unable to kind of get over the hump, make a key offensive play or a key defensive play at a key moment in those close games, and so we've come up short. But we're still working with our team and trying to develop them and getting better and gain experience and hopefully that here in the near future we can clip a few of these close games and I think if we can do that, really help our confidence.
Thank you, Coach. We'll go to our first questions from Emily Gunn with the Louisiana Radio Network.
I don't have any questions, just kind of listening in.
Okay, sorry. For any members of the media in the call, please press *1 if you'd like to get in the queue to ask questions. We'll go to our next questions from Whitney Hayworth of the Sunbelt Digital Network.
Coach, you obviously talk about the inexperience that your team has, but you also mentioned the veteran player in Nick Coppola. So how important is it to have a senior guard like that out on the floor to kind of help those guys get adjusted to college play as opposed to having 5 newcomers out there?
Well, Nick's done. He's been himself, really and truly, in terms of his play. Nick's been a really good point guard for us in our program at a time when we really needed a point guard. He's all-time assist leader already. He's about to be the first player in our history of our program with 1,000 points and 500 assists. So, he's kind of been a mainstay for us, and he's been the same this year. And it's been nice, to have him with this new group. And for him, he's really played the same this year. And at times we've asked him to maybe do a little more than he's done in the past. And I'm not sure he's capable of doing much more than what he's been doing. And what we need is these other players that we have in the program to be more consistent and so that Nick can be kind of the same player that he's been for us in the past three years, which has been really, you hear the term game manager, like a quarterback on a football team that, has got really good players around him, and he just manages the game. And so Nick's done that for us, and answer your question. And he's working through this with us as in terms of trying to help these other guys get experience, trying to help these other guys recognize situations in games and that kind of thing. So I'm glad he's here again for us in his last year. He's been a really good player, and hopefully he can help us down the stretch.
When you look at that younger portion of your roster, Have there been any guys that have stood out to you so far that maybe have gone to Nick or come to you and kind of said, I want to become a leader, I want to get better, how can I improve, or are they just kind of still getting in the groove of things?
We've got 2 or 3 guys that, really want to be, the best player, if you will, the leading shot taker, the go-to guy, and then we've got some guys that we need to do more that really would rather be in a role-playing position, and so that's been part of our problem of getting over the hump, maybe, is the guys that have necessarily wanted to be that player haven't been very consistent. And then the guys that we need to, actually do a little more each, night in and night out haven't been very consistent. And so, we get 2 or 3 guys playing really well on a certain night, and the next night those 2 or 3 don't play as well, and the other 2 or 3 other guys do, but it hasn't been quite enough to go win some games that we've been in. We've been in these games. We're close. We're real close. We're just not quite there, and that's because of a couple of reasons: inexperience, youth, and the fact that we didn't have many guys returning. We lost some really good players. A lot of scoring, a lot of experience, a lot of rebounds, a lot of length. We lost a lot, and it's taken us a little while to figure it all out.
And then last one from me, looking ahead, you face UTA this weekend. Kind of scout them a little bit for us, and what do you see from them, and obviously what do you see from Kevin Hervey?
Well, they obviously, have had a tremendous non-conference season, and I know they've dropped a couple of games in conference play, but when it's all said and done at the end, UTA is going to be one of those teams that's very relevant in our league, and they got good players, they got good experience, they got a preseason player of the year pick, and so they're a very good team, regardless of them dropping a couple. This is conference play, and there's nobody going through this league undefeated, and they're a veteran team, and as I watch their film, that's what I see. I see good players, veteran players out there, really kind of know what they're doing, and so for us, it's gonna be a challenge on the road at their place, and but I can't worry about UTA. I mean, we're going to have a scout, a game plan, and all that kind of stuff. My concern, maybe more than any team I've had here lately, is we're really working on, bettering our team, because we're not too far off. And as opposed to maybe in years past where we really dissected the other team and paid a lot of attention to the other team. This year, with this particular group, I've had to change a little bit because we need to get a little bit better, and we're working hard to try to do that. And so, but UTA is good, no question, and they're going to be very relevant in this league when it's all said and done.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Okay.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot for your time this morning. We appreciate it, as always, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.